This video is about Nintendo.
We would like to play
Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Rated T for teen.
3-year-old me was doing what most children do. Existing. One day my family bought what I would call... Whoa, that's not a stuffed animal, but man does that catch my attention. And what most others would call a Wii. I was totally into this thing. Maybe. I can't exactly recall every detail from when I was 3, but I can imagine my reaction was like, pretty cool.
Okay!
I can only guess that my parents bought the Wii by itself with no extra games. Maybe an extra Wii remote, but that would go far beyond my expectations of parents buying video game, so I refuse to believe they did. So yeah, I'd say I'm a bit of a Nintendo fan. I mean, how could I not be? The Wii has been near me ever since I was born. I can't even remember a time without the Wii. I feel like my brain is just filled with...
Mario Kart Wii! Woohoo!
Gets me every time.
Out of all of them, Brawl was my game. I got it pre-owned, but I definitely had it around the time it launched, which meant... I'm a bit of a rebel. I would pop that disc in, get jump scared, and then just look at everything Brawl had to offer. The group mode, the solo mode with subspace events, all-star mode. This is the game that truly introduced all these characters to me for the first time. But the mode that would really set that off was the Vault. Maybe it's just me, or maybe it's because I was surrounded by normies, but I feel like no one ever talks about how good the Vault actually is. And not just for stage builder or looking at your accidental screenshots. I'm talking about the trophy descriptions, the masterpieces, the Chronicle. So much of Nintendo history is just filled into this one section of the game. Check this. I can guarantee that I was probably one of the youngest people in the world that could tell you where Ness from Smash Bros. Is from.
You guys ever heard of Mother 2?
And with the masterpieces section, I could actually see and play these games for about 5 minutes until... Wow, that's messed up. My family did that to me. And because of all that, now I'm very obsessed with Nintendo. Like too much. In fact, here, let me show you my collection of it.
Hey, buddy!
No.
How you doing?
No.
You have 8,000 subscribers, right? 8,000 subscribers! Are those your games?
No.
Oh, I know Ouija Bonsai story. I remember this one. They were inside him. Games! Look at all these games! Look at all these games! Gosh, you got like Wii Play, and you got like Mario Brothers, and you got like...
My humble little collection. It's a bit of a weird one. I have everything from the DS later, and then my dad's NES and a random Game Boy. I figured we'd go through some of these, my thoughts about some games, the ones I like, the ones I don't like, etc. I've got what you'd expect. The Marios, except for Galaxy 1. When I was younger, I traded Galaxy 1 for in-store credit at GameStop. Biggest mistake of my life. I traded in a lot of other games I regret too. Olympic Games, Sonic Colors, Mario Sluggers, Country Returns, Rayman, Raving, Rabbids. Oh, I love that stupid game. Okay, wait, stop. I was editing this. I was looking up the box art for all these games I'm listing, and it's on Steam? Like what? Dude. Back then, I didn't have any good insight on which one was an actually good game and which one was a bad one. I was too young, dumb, stupid. It would be awesome if any of you got that joke, but also I hate that song. The Zeldas, I love Zelda, it makes me happy. Kirby's Epic Yarn, I love that game. Return to Dreamland, I love that game. Wii Sports, Play, and Resort, all bangers. Wipeout the game. I got Cooking Mama 2, classic. Me and my sisters can never beat the cream of mushroom soup level. Pokemon Black and Sun, I don't like Pokemon, I can't do it. Almost every single Professor Layton. This wasn't me, this was my sister and my dad. They love these games. I tried the first one and got too scared when they showed the dead guy. Mario and Luigi, Bowser's Inside Story, absolutely amazing game. I also had Partners in Time at one point too. Kickle, Cubicle, and Mule. These are the type of NES games that no one really knows. My dad got these when he was younger and really liked them for some reason. Kickle Cubicle is a charming little puzzle game. Mule is a game. I don't want to explain it to you, but just know that this is one of the most complicated video games I've ever seen. And also it looks like this. Nintendo Land, I love this game. They should bring back the Animal Crossing candy game. Rayman, Origins, and Legends. Why did they stop making these? And, you know, basically every mainline Switch game that released that matter. And then the hardware. I got my dad's old NES when he was a kid, an SNES Classic, first and second DS models, a Game Boy that doesn't work, and DK bongos, baby, woo! But overall, I love my little collection. It's dumb and it's stupid and dumb. I wish I kept all the games I traded in though. You know, those were all classics. And Game Party. But after looking at all this, I was like, hey, why don't I plug in the old Wii and see if it works anymore and play these games? I mainly just wanted to see my old Brawl save, you know, watch my replays, my screenshots, my stage builds. And so I did just that. So this right here is my childhood Wii that I've had since 2006, I guess. It hasn't been turned on for quite a bit, probably since that has been out. But we're gonna try and plug it in, and we're gonna try and see if any of my stuff is still on it. I don't think it will be. I don't even know if it's gonna work, so we're just gonna see what happens. Move this stuff out of the way. Strength of a Nintendo gamer. All right, so I need those things. I don't know if I have those things. Surely the plug is here somewhere. Although I don't know where it would be. Maybe it's over here. Oh, promising. Okay, I'm done. This is actually it. I looked it up on the internet because I'm too young to remember this. This should be. Wait, then what's? Oh, these are different. Okay. So, I am young. And these, I don't know how this corresponds with these. There's no reason for me to be documenting all of this, but I need to plug this in, and I need that extension cord to go into an outlet. Okay, let's do it together. Okay. It's in like an inconvenient, just an inconvenient spot, you know? Okay, I'm done. Oh, yes! This plug thing is a definite fire hazard, by the way. Like, watch when let's see if you can see when I plug it in. You can see it. Oh, you see that? Are they supposed to do that? I don't know. Fun fact, I almost got shocked to death while trying to collect a long extension cord, because my dad had taped it because it ripped, so he had it taped, and it was taped pretty poorly, and it was also still plugged in, so I was trying to maneuver it around, and it ended up doing a big electric shock thingy, and I almost died and exploded. So anyway, we're gonna get this Nintendo Wii up and running again. So all my Wiimotes are connected to my Wii U over there. So this isn't gonna tell us if it's gonna work, so I don't know why I'm holding it. Let's turn on the TV. Okay. Now the moment of truth. Whoa! It works! Wait, I gotta sync it. Oh shoot, bro. No! Oh my gosh, it actually works! I actually did not think that would work. Wow. Wow. Wow, it controls so much better than I remember, honestly. Okay, the real question is, are my Wii's still on here? Or my Mii's? Oh, dang, I messed it up. I messed up the bit. Dude, this is so crazy. This is actually amazing. I wish I had a capture card. Wow. All right, time to get some footage. So yeah, it works. I really didn't expect it to work. I think the age of it and the fact that it hadn't been turned on since like probably the Wii U's launch was probably gonna wear it off and eventually just kill it someday, but I'm surprised it actually ended up working, and I was pretty stoked to find out that all my Miis were still there, my save data was still there, all of it. I mean, looking at the save data and Miis is great and all, but what do we really want? We want to see some games, so I decided to pop in old Smash Bros. Brawl and see if I can look at my stages I made, maybe look at all my save data or something. I just wanted to see it. But it's not supposed to be making that noise. Like, at all. The Wii just doesn't read the disc, and instead poops it out like a constipated dog.
Yeah, that is not good. Not good at all, actually.
But while this sucked, I figured I could just take my save data and transport it to an SD card. Nope. And, you know, seeing as I'm no repairman and they're probably not doing any Wii repairs anytime soon, I had no choice but to unplug it and probably turn it off for the last time. But you know, this got me thinking. What the? Why is Nintendo like this? All I want to do is transfer my save data so I can reminisce about the good old days. And when I look up why it is I can't do that, it's copyright. It's about copyright. Again. You'd think I could just go like, beep, beep. But no, I have to comply with their ridiculous rules. It makes me so mad. I can't, you know what? I'm not dealing with this anymore. Hello and welcome to my humble abode, my domain, if you will. Let's talk about some things that aren't so great about Nintendo. I've got some qualms, I got some problems, I got some issues, I got some bad things. Let's just go through it. Melee. Now, I don't play Melee, but what I do is I watch Ludwig, baby. If you don't know, Ludwig has a podcast called The Yard. The podcast is basically him and his three friends, Slime, Aiden, and Nick, who were all part of the Smash Melee scene and even worked in companies who would do the tournaments, and they just talk. But with them being a part of Melee and the community, they talk about Melee a lot, so I've gotten more interested into Melee recently. And if you know anything about Melee recently, you will know it is bad. It's bad. It is bad. Basically, after so many years of Nintendo being like, I don't want to deal with this anymore, and I've known about this, okay? I'm not joining the bandwagon of let's hate Nintendo because we all love Melee. Nintendo for so long, for like all non-official tournaments, have been like, we're not part of that. But for so long, Melee has been like an ostracized like being. It's almost like they're trying to kill it at this point, like they don't want it to exist anymore. But now they seemingly care. It's like they put so many new guidelines as if they care about the tournaments now. But when you read the guidelines, you'll know that they don't. They're basically like, okay, you need our permission first to do tournaments. Also, you can't make money from the tournaments. And I mean, that's really all I have to say to ruin the tournaments, to be honest. You know what tournaments need? Tournaments need money. Why do they need money? They need money to run. They need money to get venues. They need money to have a prize pool. Why would you want to work so hard if you're not going to get any money for it? So they're killing off Melee, I guess. But you know, people are going to be like, oh, but this is a good thing. They're finally acknowledging tournaments and stuff like that. No. You know why it's not a good thing? It's because Now they're getting involved. And the thing about them being involved is that they weren't involved before. Everyone was doing great. All of Melee was doing perfectly fine, but that was before. And now Nintendo is bringing their grubby little hands in. We're like, we want to be a part of this thing now. And I don't know much about the panda situation. I never really followed that much. But to my knowledge, it seems like a lot of issues coming with this tournament situation is a lot of Nintendo's fault. Now, why would you want to partner with people who are basically trying to sabotage you and have been trying for so long? That's the gross part of it. And I'm forming this opinion through this clip from Aiden from the Yard. Because basically what he's saying is, why would you want to be partners with your forbidden enemy? That's basically what it is, because Nintendo has been the forbidden enemy for Melee for so long, and now they're trying to get into it. I don't think so. Well, that's problem one. That's annoying thing number one. Now let's talk about problem number two. This freaking game right here, the stupid trash little product that they call an anniversary celebration. You call this a celebration? I call it trash. This game... Okay, you know what this game does have? It has Mario 64, it has Mario Sunshine, it has Galaxy 1. Now, why would you not add Galaxy 2? I get that people have already talking about this, okay? This is an old topic at this point. But I just can't wrap my head around it. Because why not put Galaxy 2 on it? You've already put an emulation for Galaxy 1 on there. What's the problem with dragging and dropping that little file? It makes no sense. There's no reason to keep Galaxy 2 away from this collection. Because... what? Yeah, because why? It doesn't make any sense. And not only that, but this thing is just a lazy piece of junk. The home screen is dumb. It looks so boring and empty. They could have done... You know what's a great collection is the Kirby anniversary collection on the Wii. That's an amazing collection. There's so much character and thought into it. This is bland and boring. You got a little bouncy little thing there. That's it. That's all you got. And then they put the 3 soundtracks on there. And yes, soundtracks have been put in anniversary collections for so long. But the thing about this is that you have the ability now to put music onto other services, streaming services, YouTube even. But they don't do that. Why does Nintendo not put their music on services? For copyright? Okay, you know how much money Nintendo could be making right now if they put their you know how much money they could be making right now if Nintendo just put their music on streaming services or even YouTube? They'd be getting so much dough, so many stacks on racks on stacks. But instead they're like, no, I don't want to do that. Why? I don't know. There's so many things they do that make no sense. Just so many things. And with this garbage game, they just give us. They think we're cheap, but they think we're cheap, and we are, because I bought it. I'm cheap because I bought it. Also, why was it a timed release? Why did you put a limit on when you could sell it? You already know this is probably gonna sell, and you're probably losing money by not keeping it up for later. Well, yeah, that's qualm number 2. Is this little sack of garbage right here. Let's talk about problem 3. The Mario movie. Koopas! This is where we're getting controversial. I didn't like the Mario movie. Okay, here's my rapid fire issues with the Mario movie. Why didn't they use the Duck Hunt dog for this dog? It's a missed opportunity. Why do they have licensed 80s music in so many areas when they could have used so many different Mario songs? Why is the pacing so garbage? We meet Toad, he goes, hey, let's go on an adventure. We meet Peach and she's like, hey, let's go on an adventure. You know, that's fine. We're bringing the crew together. It's a whole thing. But then the adventure we go on is a montage of them walking on like a bridge or something, and they're going through the worlds, which could have been the adventure. With the beautiful scene with the fire flowers. It's what, a minute of them talking and that's it? And yeah, it's a kids movie, it's Mario, but even kids movies are good. And then, last part, the whole movie is about having courage. It's about how Mario doesn't ever give up. He doesn't know when to quit. And that's good, that's great. Kids need to learn lessons in movies like this. But if that's the whole theme, then why in the final battle with Bowser, when they're in Brooklyn, why did he have that whole moment where he was like hyping himself up because he got beat up and he was like, oh, I'm sad. And then someone, I forgot who, knocks the star out of Bowser's out of his little pocket, and it lands near Mario. And now Mario and Luigi jump to get the star, and they get the star. And if you don't know what the star does, the star gives you invincibility. And the thing about invincibility is it makes you invincible. It makes you unable to die. You know what you don't need when you're invincible? Is courage. What did Mario not need in that instance was courage. You know who had courage was Luigi when he jumped in front of the fire to save Mario. That's what Luigi's the real hero. Charlie Day is the hero of this movie. It's just so dumb because you don't need courage when you're invincible. It's just silly. You totally ruined the already pretty boring lesson that you're trying to give these kids. And then that's what you do with it is you show them that they don't need courage. All they need is a vice? You telling these kids to do steroids? Honestly, those are just a few of so many issues that I have. So many problems. There's... and also, there are just so many problems that so many other companies don't have. I don't think we have an issue with soundtracks with like Sony or Xbox. We don't have a lot of issues with putting soundtracks on like Spotify or Apple Music or even YouTube. We don't have any problems with tournaments. We see tournaments for like things like Street Fighter all the time. You know, what's the deal? What's the deal, Nintendo? And you know, these complaints were the main focus of this whole video, I would say. When making and writing it, the whole tone of it felt negative. And I felt like there had to be some silver lining, right? There had to be some good thing that I had to land on to make it, you know, not just like a negative, super ranty video. And that's what this was originally. This is a re-recorded bit, in case you haven't noticed, in case you don't follow my Instagram. Anyway, I was like, please, what could possibly save me from this load of garbage company? Like, come on, there has to be something good from this. And I didn't know what that was. And then I went to Rainforest Cafe with my friends, where
we're here! Rainforest Cafe!
I can't wait to house this Rainforest Cafe meal.
Now, you might be wondering why or what the Rainforest Cafe has to do with anything, and...
Happy birthday, Mama, to you. Raise some special,
you know, I would say that's pretty justified, to be honest. Now, if you're on YouTube a lot, you probably already know about how Eddie Burback and Ted Nivison went to every single Rainforest Cafe, and it was a huge sensation hit, and probably got all the millennials going over the Rainforest Cafe, just like me and my friends here.
That's actually really cool.
What is important is what happened after the Rainforest Cafe.
All my stuff. This is all my stuff. Look at all of it. This is my setup.
After the Rainforest, we went to one of their houses. Matthew, who does really cool in-depth movie reviews, go follow him. He also agrees with me about the Mario movie. Has an amazing collection, as you can see. He has every single Nintendo console, I believe, and multiples of some too. He's actually the one who gave me the TV and the Game Boy that you saw earlier. I had seen it years ago, but this was the first time I had seen it in a long time. We played a bit of Puzzle Fighter, which was a game I did not know I needed in my life.
Oh!
But then I asked to play the 64. We played a few rounds of Smash.
I'll show you the best move.
GoldenEye.
No! Get back here, boy!
Pilot Wings.
Oh!
And while we were mainly just goofing around, I realized something. Up until then, I pretty much had nothing but utter frustration for Nintendo as a company. Their pettiness, their poor communication, their outdated look on the industry, and worst of all, the blatant disrespects they have to their own fans. And don't get me wrong, those things are still completely valid reasons to hate on Nintendo. But when looking around the room and playing these games, I couldn't help but feel respect for what they've done in general. One of the reasons why I, and so many other people, love this stupid company so much is their incredibly rich history, their character, their contributions to gaming as a whole, even now. And to be completely honest, I don't know what the conclusion is here. I don't know exactly where I'm going with this. I mean, yes, they have issues that drive me crazy, but at the same time, they've done so much. Maybe I'm being cringe for saying that. Maybe I'm giving too much credit to this trillion-dollar company. And I am, but I don't know. I feel like I can't be not excited for the new Mario, Zelda, or new console. And let's be honest, without Nintendo, I probably wouldn't be into video games. Without Nintendo, I probably wouldn't be as much into art. And with that, I probably wouldn't be as much into animation as I am. And from all that, I probably would never have learned editing skills. And you know what that means, right? It means without Nintendo, I probably wouldn't be into video games as much. I probably wouldn't be into art as much, into animation as much, into video editing as much. And all of that brought me here. So without Nintendo, what do I have? Oh, well, that's it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I gotta go catch up on Singles Inferno. No spoilers.